Okay, what's up, guys? It's been a long time. It's been many months. It's almost been half a year, I think, or something like that. I stopped working on this financial coaching thing about maybe halfway through the year. Um, or maybe it was even, no, I think I was working on it in the beginning of this year as well. But at some point, I just completely stopped. I'll get into why I stopped. But had, I was pretty much all ready to go with uploading my course, my online program, and I got it all done. The PowerPoint is here. You're looking at it. It's right in front of you. Here's one of the intro slides. I got it all done. And this thing is, I mean, I put a lot of time into this. Now that I think about it, it is very, very, very comprehensive. Like if you go through this thing, start to finish, you go through it and you do the work and you do the homeworks and you take it seriously, you're going to have a really good personal financial foundation. It's going to be solid. And, then you can go on to more so-called advanced topics in personal finance or whatever you want to call it. But at some point, I just completely stopped working on this on financial coaching. Like I got this all ready to go, and then I just didn't do it anymore. Um, didn't feel right to work on it anymore. The reason for that was because the reason that I started the whole uh, righteous finance in the beginning, um, the why behind it was a lie. I realized it was all wrong. So then I threw my hands up in the air and I said, I'm not doing this anymore. This is not for me to do. I'd been building based on top of a lie. And at that point, when I realized that, and and it's funny because I'm reviewing the slides and in the slides, I explain, I explain that it's a lie. I explained the lie, and yet I didn't notice it. I didn't realize it until I did a survey. I did a survey of whether people would change their minds if they had enough money, or um, and start being deceitful, or stop being deceitful if they had enough money. And it turned out that most people wouldn't. Most people, the more money they amassed and the richer they got, the more likely they were to tell a lie in order to enrich themselves further. So it was backwards. Uh, the entire reason that I started the Righteous Finance and made these programs and did all these videos and everything was because I thought that if people had enough financial means to say no and do the right thing when the time came, then that's the option people would take. It's not true. It's not true. It doesn't happen. And especially, I've seen that now in the last 2 years here with this whole thing, that's been happening that everybody's talking about. Still, it's still the main primary focus in the news, believe it or not. And I can't believe that it's still there. But anyway, um, over the past couple of months, there's been something that has been saying basically, or compelling me, I should say, because it's not a saying thing. It's not been telling me to do it, but it's been compelling me to get the course recorded and upload the modules. It's all ready to go. All I got to do is record it. And this thing, I don't know, whatever it is, I've been compelled to go and do this. And it feels like this is a block. And before I can get over the block, I have to do this, right? And that's one of the things I go over in the program is there's some things in life that you feel like you just absolutely have to do, and you're not going to progress to the next step until you do that thing. This is one of those things for me. So that's why I'm here and making this like, oh, hello, how are you doing? Long time no see videos. It's like, it's insane. All right. So that's what's going to happen. Um, I'm going to upload this at my own pace. I'm going to go through it module by module, one step at a time. And I've also made all the supporting documents, downloads, resources, and everything that you'd need to go along with this. Um, what I will probably do, knowing myself, probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the videos. I'll make the videos, and then if anybody requests the downloads or the materials, make the program checklist available, right? But if you want the materials or any of the additional stuff, then comment on the videos or contact me, and then I'll upload them. Um, but basically, what I'm going to do is the minimum amount required to get over this blockage that I have here. And the compelling doesn't extend all the way to updating the descriptions of the videos and getting all those resources and links in there for you. It doesn't extend to that. So if that's something that you want, you're going to have to reach out or comment or something like that, and then I'll do it. If I'm asked, ask and you shall receive. That's how the scripture goes, I believe. So anyway, that's really all that I have to say. I don't think there's anything else, but um, it's going to come. It's going to come over. This program is going to get out there. It's a really, really great program. I spent a lot of time on this. It's very thorough, very comprehensive. And if you go through it and you do the assignments and you really take your time on it, and it's good it's not going to all get out there at once, because if I come out with a section and come out with the next section the next day, then people tend to just consume and consume and watch and look at all these things, uh, all at a time. And they're not going to really do the first section. Even though the assignment seems very simple, the more time that you spend on it and thought you put into it, the better it's going to be at the end of the day for you. So that's a good thing, that it's going to come out very slowly, and you might not know when the next one is going to come out. So there's that as well. The downside of this is that YouTube is great for distracting you. So there's a lot of videos there on the sidebar, right? And they're very enticing. They have very good headlines and titles, and you're going to want to click on them. So I should say, the biggest benefit of this course, and its biggest weakness, its downfall, is that it's a free course. And I made the decision from the very beginning to not charge for the education. I could put it behind a paywall and say, okay, I paid $20 or something, but I'm not doing that, because I don't know. I just decided I wasn't going to charge for the education. Coaching, yeah, that's a different story, right? But for the material that you come and consume, and you do the homework, you do the assignments, that's not going to be charged for. And my reason for that, my rationale, was that you can find all this information anyway, and all I'm doing is putting it together for you in a step-by-step process. Follow it, and you don't have to go anywhere else. You don't have to go anywhere else to get information or to get steps or anything. Like, you just go through this thing from start to finish, and you can have like everything set up. All the basics, not everything. I shouldn't say everything, but you're gonna have all the basics set up. All the stuff that you need to build a really solid personal finance system um, is going to be set up. Um, and I mean, I had a longer term business plan for this, where there eventually was a opportunity for me to monetize it, but it didn't have to do with charging for the education. Um, that I also kind of scrapped. I'm not working on that at all anymore. For that reason I said before. The whole reason, Simon Sinek has that video where he has three circles, and the very middle of the circle is, or the first circle rather, is why. And then the next circle out is the how, right? So why you're doing the work, get that defined, get that really well sorted out, and then you figure out what the how is, how you're going to accomplish that. And then after that, the what. Like these are the actual products that you're selling, providing to people. So once you figure out the why, everything else flows from that. It's a center, you get the center figured out, you get the why in the center, and then everything else just kind of flows from that naturally. He compares that to, companies that start with the what they're selling. Like, yeah, I'm selling a handkerchief, and then they figure out how they're going to sell this. And then they go and say why they're selling it. That's how they do marketing, and that's the wrong way to do it. Well, I don't know. I shouldn't say it's the wrong way, but Simon claims that the best companies start with why and then build outwards. They always start with the idea first, the very compelling reason for why they're doing it. I did that. I made my why, and I realized it was a total lie. It was 100% false. So I stopped. I just completely stopped working on everything. And I said, well, I don't I don't see how I don't see how this is going to provide any good to people if the reason, and it was a very it was a very like oh, let's make the world a better place kind of reason. Um it turned out it wouldn't result in that. Um so that's why I stopped. But the compelling something's been compelling me to come back and actually upload this program. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's what you're going to be seeing here. All right. I don't know how long it's going to take. It might take a year. It might take 10 years. You might be dead by the time I'm done. But that's what's going to happen. So hope you've been well. Hope you're doing okay. I mean, I hope you're doing great. Actually, I mean, there's nothing really to be negative about, even though the everybody's saying that the world is going to end tomorrow. There's no reason to be down. So yeah. All right, cool. That's all I got. See you later. Goodbye.